Hello. The holiday of Pessah or Passover is here. One of its characteristics is the number 4. It seems to appear all over the place during its celebration. For example, we must drink 4 cups of wine during the Seder. The children ask 4 questions when they sing the Manishtana. We must explain the meaning of the holiday to 4 sons who are very different: the wise one, the wicked one, the simple one, and the one who does not know how to ask. There are 4 names for the holiday: Hag HaPesach, the festival of Passover, to remind us that the houses of the Israelites were passed over by the angel of death, and so they were spared from losing their firstborn. Hag HaMatzot, the festival of Matzah, to remind us that we must eat unleavened bread, because the Israelites had to leave Egypt so fast the bread did not have time to rise. Hag HaAviv, the festival of spring, to remind us that we are in spring, the season of renewal. And Hag HaHerut, the festival of freedom, or Zeman Herutenu, the time of our freedom, to remind us of the most important part: we became a free people after centuries of being enslaved. 4 times the Torah commands us to tell the story of the Exodus to our children: 3 in the book of Exodus and 1 in the book of Deuteronomy. There are 4 steps in our redemption from Egypt. In the book of Exodus, God tells Moses, quote, "Say to the children of Israel, I am Hashem, and I will free you from the labors of the Egyptians. I will deliver you from their bondage. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with great judgments, and I will take you to be my people." How many matzot are there in the matzah cover on the Seder plate? 3, right? Yes, but soon after the beginning of the Seder, the middle matzah is broken into 2 parts, and one part, the afikoman, is hidden, to be eaten at the end of the Seder. This makes 4 pieces of matzah. How many parts does the Seder have? 14, right? Kadesh Uchat. Yes, but they can be aggregated into 4 main parts: the opening, the story of the Exodus, the meal, and the closing. In the wider Jewish tradition, there are 4 main sources: the Tanakh or Bible for the basis, the Talmud for the law, the Midrash Rabbah for the parables and stories, and the Zohar for mysticism. In them, the phrase 4 things appears 51 times. For example, 4 things must be done energetically: the study of Torah, good deeds, prayer, and work for a living. And whoever speculates on 4 things, it would have been better for him if he had not come into the world: what is above, what is below, what is before, and what is after. Now, let us ask, why 4? What's so special about 4? The answer is that 4 represents totality, completeness. For example, 4 represents completeness in time, space, and substance. First, completeness in time. A complete year has 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Second, completeness in space. There are 4 directions: east, west, north, and south. We talk about the 4 corners of the earth, meaning everywhere. Physicists tell us that we live in a 4-dimensional world: 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. Finally, completeness in substance. In Talmudic times, the 4 basic components of the world were thought to be earth, water, air, and fire. Today, they are the 4 basic states of matter observable in everyday life: solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. There are other states, but they are very rarely seen. To conclude, I will ask 4 questions of my own about the basic declaration in the Haggadah. During the Seder, we lift the matzah and sing "Halachma, halachma, an yadi achalu, achalu avahatana, be'ara, be'ara, de Mitzrayim, be'ara, be'ara, de Mitzrayim. כל דכפיני ייתה ויכול, כל דצריך ייתה ויפסח, השטחך לשנה הבאה בערד ישראל. השתה עבדי לשנה הבאה בני חורין. It means, this is the bread of affliction that our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt. All those who are hungry, come and eat. All those who are in need, come celebrate the Passover. Now we are here, next year in the land of Israel. This year we're enslaved, next year we will be free. First question. There seems to be a repetition. All those who are hungry come and eat. All those who are in need come celebrate the Passover. Don't these two sentences mean the same thing? The answer is given by 20th century Rabbi Joseph B. Soloveitchik. The second statement does not refer to food or material needs, only to companionship. That's why Seders must be with family, friends, and people who have no one to share the holiday with. The goal is that no one should feel lonely or depressed, even if they are rich and have plenty of food. Others say that there may be people who do not lack food and do have family and friends, but do not know how to make a Seder. We must reach out to them and teach them. Second question. We call the matzah the bread of affliction, as it is described in the Torah. But is it fitting to offer affliction to the poor, to offer the hungry a taste of suffering, as if they did not have enough of it? What kind of an offer is that? The answer is given by Abravanel, the 15th century Spanish sage. When the poor eat at the home of the rich, they may feel ashamed and dependent. So everybody begins by eating plain matzah as an equalizer. The host is indirectly telling the guests, all of us are equal before God. Even though you're poor, don't feel estranged at my table because all of us were impoverished as slaves in Egypt. Third question. We are all seated at the Seder table. We have lit the candles, done Kiddush, and dipped parsley in salt water. Then we invite people to the Seder. Isn't it a little late? And we do it inside our homes where no outsider can hear. Shouldn't we be in the streets shouting out our invitation? One answer is that it is not an invitation at that moment. All invitations in the spirit of that declaration have been sent out weeks ago, and the guests are already here. It also reminds us that at the time of the temple, people invited neighbors to share the Paschal sacrifice with them, the Korban Pessah. That's why we add next year in the land of Israel. It's a prayer that we should once again be able to bring the Paschal sacrifice in the rebuilt temple. Fourth question. We say, this is the bread of affliction that our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt. Shouldn't it be that our ancestors ate when they fled the land of Egypt? Actually, they ate it in the transition period between slavery and freedom, so it represents both. Let me add that the Maharal from 16th century Prague said that when we have a lot of superfluous things, it is difficult to break from a bad life. The puffiness of bread symbolizes superfluous things. The simplicity of matzah enables freedom. Contemporary Rabbi Jonathan Sachs notes that what transforms the bread of oppression into the bread of freedom is the willingness to share it with others, as we're doing here. Hag Sameach, 4 times.